Live from the 24-hour tracking center, this is a winter weather alert.
Well, we are getting ourselves into the winter season, and Mother Nature is not wasting any time. Of course, last weekend we had the big lake effect snow event, but right now we're actually in the middle of a much larger winter storm that is affecting everybody. And check out this video. This coming to us from Minneapolis last evening. They received 17 inches of snow in the city itself. That was one of their biggest snowstorms in 20 years. Now, I don't anticipate snow totals to be that high across the Grand Rapids area because, as many of you know, yesterday we actually started out as some rain. Let's go ahead and take a look at Storm Track Live Radar, and you'll notice there's still some green showing up, especially in areas south of Interstate 96. We still have temperatures holding in the mid to, in some cases, upper 30s here, but as I expand the view, we are starting to bring in some cooler air. Right now, an area of low pressure sitting right about like this, so we've got flow going in this direction, winds coming around like this, so colder air actually sweeping in on the south side of it, and I anticipate those temperatures are going to drop. Now, you also notice some dry spots on the radar, such as right along the lakeshore, areas south and west of the Battle Creek, as well as Kalamazoo areas. These are all going to fill in later on this afternoon as this area of snow rotates in. I timed this out, should be arriving in the noon to 1 o'clock time frame, and I think that's where we'll begin to add to the snow totals so far. In terms of the watch warning situation, winter storm warning in effect here through 7 a.m. for everybody, but there's actually several different categories of this warning within all of those pink shades. The farther north you live, the more snow you're going to see out of this system. So if you live north of Muskegon through the Reed City area, Mecosta County over toward Mount Pleasant, higher snowfall amounts. If you live south and east of Grand Rapids, we're looking at lower snowfall amounts. But one thing is for sure, we're all going to see those temperatures rapidly falling this afternoon and those winds picking up dramatically. I want to show you a little bit of a larger extent because anybody doing traveling, blizzard warnings in effect here north of Manistee to the Mackinac Bridge, also to our west. Those blizzard warnings in effect not only because of the falling snow, but those strong winds. So really just a dynamic winter storm that we are going to put up with here. It's not just so much going to be the snowfall totals, but the wind and the cold that comes along with it. So what we're tracking in terms of snowfall totals, the highest amounts are going to be north of Grand Rapids, the lowest, the southeastern corner of our viewing area. And again, it's everything becoming windy this afternoon. Right now, we're really not doing too bad, but by 2, 3, 4 o'clock, I could see winds in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range and some wind gusts a little bit higher than that. Temperatures also fall as we head toward the dinner time hour. Heavy lake effect snow is the second part of the storm that's set to take shape tonight into tomorrow. Here, temperatures right now, as I mentioned, near just above freezing, 34 in Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and Battle Creek, 33 in Ionia. Winds very light at this point. We're talking 5 to 10 miles an hour, but they're going to pick up quickly. Wind chills right now, because those winds are light, not too bad, holding in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees, but those also are going to go downhill. Here's the 24-hour forecast. Below freezing at noon, we've got some of that snow moving in here. The snow that's in Wisconsin now pushes in. By 6 p.m., still snowing, but we start to dry things out overnight. By midnight, I think maybe a few flurries inland. Lake effect band is going to start to set up. You can see it right here. Really dumping snow, Little Big Sauble Points and South Haven southward. That's going to continue into tomorrow. I don't anticipate too much snow inland, but look at those cold temperatures, only 16 degrees at noon tomorrow. In terms of snow, by this evening, okay, this is the storm-related snowfall. By this evening, lower amounts to the south, 2 to 3 inches south of the Interstate 94 corridor, 3 to 5 in between Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, 5 to 9 as you head to the north, and then as you head north of US 10, I think easily upwards of a foot are certainly possible. So here is that 8-day forecast. Very, very windy this afternoon. We'll see periods of snow. The highest amounts are going to be to the north. There will be a sharp gradient because Kalamazoo and Battle Creek still seeing some rain showers this morning. But it all does turn to snow in the next couple hours as temperatures fall. It becomes very windy this afternoon, so not only are we going to have to worry about the snow itself, but also it blows around, is going to make those roadways really icy, is going to reduce visibilities. So just a whole host of problems here. And then that lake effect. Mark, I could see some areas, Benton Harbor South, picking up a foot of snow just from the lake effect, but that doesn't even start until Sunday night into Monday, and I will have more on that coming up.
But immediately, like if you're headed out to church this morning, you got on those dress shoes, you need to watch out before you take that first step out on the driveways or the sidewalks, because there are some slick spots out there I walked to work this morning.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Personal experience. In areas that north of M20 this morning, roadways are snow covered.
Yeah.
Here, they're just kind of that slushy, slick, and then areas to the south just wet. But they're going to ice up really quick later on this morning.
We will check back. Thank you, Laura.